All right. All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're taking your questions. It's a Sunday late night live stream. I promised I would do one of these, so let's get kind of weird, not too weird, horribly weird, I don't know. And try to answer some of your guys' questions. So get them in that chat box wherever it appears on your video. I love that I keep finding like strips of seams and stuff of the various pants that I've destroyed in this room. The floor looks absolutely horrible. So yeah, let's see what we got here. I feel like I'm missing something here. Okay. No, maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Some people are asking when was the last time we did a Black Friday live streamathon. I think, or not a Black Friday live streamathon, but a late night. It was probably 2019, maybe 2020. We did something like that. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. All right, we got a super chat from Stuff I Find Interesting. Buckhouse should just give up and tie weights around his ankles, then go swim in the Ganges River. We don't need to pollute that any more than it already is. Also, for anyone just tuning in, super chats do get a spin of the wheel. We're giving away a mid-layer puffer air blaster jacket. Smash the like button if you can. Let's see what we got here. I do love this one from Fruit Poop Loops. How many more years till Buckhouse becomes too fat to snowboard? I'm sticking with weeks, not years. Okay, so we also got a super chat from Fruit Poop Loops. You're still alive. Hashtag spin for Slim. Oh, we're spinning for Slim. We're spinning for Slim. So yeah, so hopefully everyone tuning in has some questions that they want answered. We're going to try to talk, answer some questions, get weird, do whatever we need to do out here. I think our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine, is lurking around somewhere in here. So make his job at least somewhat amusing. Well, we got another super chat from Ronan. Spin to win. All right. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. So we got a poll going on in the chat. So if you get a chance, get in there. So the whole reason for the Sunday night live stream was a lot of people were complaining that Thursdays just weren't working out for them when we typically do it at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard. So figured we'd try this out, see how it is. If I can get a turnout of over 100 people at the peak of this, I'll do it again. If I don't, it will probably not happen again until Black Friday. Speaking of Black Friday, so for everyone that doesn't know, every Black Friday we do a live stream-a-thon event. It's an all-day thing. We do multiple live streams. We give away a ton of snowboards. I think last year, not counting the raffle prizes that we do for Shred Foundation, which I'll get to that in a minute, I think we gave away like 4 or 5 snowboards for everyone. So we just try to stoke everyone out, do that. It's an all-day thing. That way people can hit multiple live streams, try to do it, answer their questions before they buy something on the Black Friday through Cyber Monday deals. Well, so for this year, just to give everyone a heads up, we've got multiple ride snowboards. I got a Rosnell snowboard. Signal just donated the 6 boards that they sent me for review to give away. So some of those will be making it into the Black Friday live streamathon event. They'll be given away there, as well as with the Shred Foundation fundraiser. So Danny, the founder of Shred Foundation, and I are planning our fundraiser right now. And this is the annual fundraiser. Last year, we raised over $7,000. This year, we're going to try to raise $10,000 or more dollars, which would be really cool. But to go with that, basically for every, I think we're going to start off with $500 increments. We're going to add more prizes. And then when we hit the goal that we want for that, we're going to, every $1,000, we're going to be giving away more prizes as well. So hopefully that will incentivize you. And basically, I think we're going to do $10 donations just like last year. So for every $10 that you donate, you get entered into the raffle. We're going to do a name generator. We're going to do a live prize drawing. There's going to be multiple ways to win. I know that he's got some official sponsors now with the Shred Foundation. So they're going to try to get some prize and promo from those sponsors, as well as what I'm going to donate. But we're going to try to get $10,000 so that the kids, it can help expand that program. I really believe in that program compared to other ones out there. I think they do a really good job. I like their whole fear, fail, flow mentality. I like the idea that they don't just take kids up on the snow and they're like, here, go snowboard. and go back to your crappy lives and die. No, they're like, hey, there is a career at this. There are ways to do this. So we're definitely going to try to raise more money for Shred Foundation for this. This is for Black Friday. I think he and I are working out the tentative dates, but I think to donate, it's going to be like mid to end of October till about the 20th of November. And then obviously the 26th will be Black Friday. I believe it's the 26th. And we're going to go and answer everyone's questions there. And we're going to pull everyone's prizes. And we're going to just have a great time on that Black Friday live stream-a-thon event for everyone. And just, try to raise some stuff. It's a great way to give back to snowboarding. It's something that I'm always trying to do. That's something that I'm always trying to instill in people. As much as I am a jaded, sarcastic, sardonic asshole, I do like to give back to snowboarding. So we're going to do that. Also, I'm still working out the details for Demos and Dogs, which will be a Colorado event with local reps where you come out. We'll be grilling hot dogs. You get to try the next year stuff. I'll go make laps with you. We'll probably be doing something at Copper Mountain. Well, I know for a fact we'll be doing something at Copper Mountain. We'll probably be doing something at A Basin towards the spring and maybe something in Steamboat as well. But I want to try to do a few events just to get you guys out so that we can get you trying new gear, go out, ride, prove to you guys that I actually can ride, which speaking of that, I think I'm going to try to do an edit called 40 for 40, which is 40 tricks for my 40th birthday in December. So I'm going to try to film 40 tricks, and we'll see how that turns out. I got to see what I still remember how to do, but yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take some questions here. Okay, we got DWD Boards. Just bought a No Knees Nick t-shirt the other day. Stoked on that. Any plans on adding new merch in the near future? I'm sampling stuff right now. I've got to reach out to the guy that did all the Snow Carney Kids graphics, because we have Side Slip and Slim, No Knees Nick, Carving Kevin. I want to add like 3 more to that as well if we can. So we're going to just try to add some more of that. I'm going to add a few more things for anyone that doesn't know. AngrySnowboarderStore.com. There is a link in the description. You can always check that out to get merchandise. I'm kind of out of certain stickers right now. I got to make more of that, but we're working on a few things right there. Okay, Jacob Iverson. Any reason that more boards don't have slam back inserts? Was looking at the Yes Standard on Ink, which has them, wondering why more all mountain boards don't have them for added versatility. So it does. So it's 2 things. One, most all mountain boards just tend to lean more towards the freestyle side and less towards the powder side. 2, cost inserts, which is really nothing, but it's more the cost to drill it. 3, it does change the flex of the board because you're moving the center flex from that insert pack to slamming it back about that much. So it does change the flex on the board a little bit more with that as well. So, okay, let's see. What else we got here? Pierre Irving, any thoughts on the DC EMB board? I didn't even realize DC was still making snowboards. I figured they've kind of hit the point where they're just concentrating on what's left of their boot line and their outerwear. Like, no, I haven't ridden it. Don't know anything about it. Okay, we got a question from Fruit Poop Loops. How many days does Remind insoles usually last before needing replacement? I usually go about 2 seasons, which is 200, 250 days before I do it. So you got to realize that the average person that isn't an aggressive snowboarder that spends a ton of time in their boot, their foot changes about every 3 years. It's usually the arch starts to collapse. It splays out a little bit more. So about every 3 years, you probably want to swap that out if you're going less than 30, 35 days a year. If you're doing 50 or more, you might want to do it every other year. If you're going 100, you realistically need to look at that footbed and see how compressed it is and see if it can handle another year or not. But I would say for most people, it's about 3 seasons. Okay. We got a super chat from Anthony Hocking. I didn't hate the Nick and Willie's pizza, and Dylan didn't even realize it was a chain, not New York style, but better than starving to death. I fucking haven't eaten that trash in years. Like, Nick and Willie's is not good. It hasn't been good for years. It might be now. I don't know who's cooking over there, but I haven't eaten that trash in years. And remember to drink your Zima. All right. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting a rant early here. Hamster Cool Bean asks, do you have any general thoughts on elevated surf craft boards? Oh, I got plenty. I fucking hate the company. The owner's a fucking twat waffle. I hope he fucking stubs his toe. And then right before it heals, he stubs it again. And that happens for the next 70 years until he dies. So that guy is a fucking kook. He tried to claim that he went to Japan and he brought back the fucking volume shifted snowboards to America and it's his whole thing and everyone's ripping him off. No, dude, you made some fucking kooky ass shapes that didn't work. Went to GP87. The designer had to redesign them so that they could actually make them and sell them so people would ride them while you spent your daddy's fucking money from your trust fund. Fuck that guy. I don't give a fuck about that brand. I hope he fucking dies. I hope the brakes go out on his shitty little fucking bus and he goes off a cliff and he fucking dies. I fucking can't stand that guy. I have no ambition to ever ride their boards. They're made at GP87. I know they're solid, but I refuse to ride anything from him after the bullshit he tried with Kevin and I. Like, so we go and we meet him, we talk to him, and I'm like, hey man, you got a cool thing. I'd really like to promote you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, cool. I'm leaving some boards with a shop in Breckenridge. Just go down and pick them up. I'm like, cool. That shop is 2 blocks from my house. That's very easy for me. And when we're done, if you want to give me a shipping label, take them back, whatever, I'll get them back to you. Not a big deal, right? He goes down to Aspen, leaves the boards at Aspen and goes, well, they're here at this shop. You need to go get them. And I was like, the fuck I do? Aspen's 4 hours away. I was like, I don't have a car. Because at the time I didn't have a car. You know, I was pretty much just busting it where I needed to be. And so he's like, well, they're there. You need to go get them. And I was like, I don't need to do shit. And that's just kind of how it is. He's a fucking aloof piece of shit, man. That dude doesn't care if he makes sales or not. And that just shows with everything that he does. He just wants to be your cool little soul, bro. Look at my stupid fucking dog. His dog sucks, by the way. And not as cool as my dog. Poor girl's in the other room with the cone of shame on. She's got a few more days till the stitches come out from the Spain. But yeah, fuck the brand. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny anytime I talk to a shop that carried their stuff, they're like, couldn't fucking give them away. Couldn't give them away. That guy sucks. So, all right. Okay. Let's see. We got T. Jones. Are Jamie Lynn boards any good? It depends which one you're looking at, but I've ridden a vast majority of them. They've got the Jamie Lynn 96 coming out, which for all you guys that bitch and moan that Mervin doesn't make anything with straight camber and a radial side cut, there you go. That's it. Traditional side cut, no magnet traction, traditional camber from contact point to contact point. That thing is as throwback as it comes for Mervin. That board, so that review will probably be coming out. My guess is I'll probably have that scheduled either late September or early October. I have 82 more reviews to finish editing out of 136. So I am making a good dent. And if you have your bell clicked on and you're getting all notifications, you're probably getting notices for video premieres, not until September. But all that stuff's ready to go. All the premieres in September will be at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So there will be that. But yeah, the Jamie Lynn boards, the short wide is really cool. There's a bunch of stuff when you get on it. If you understand the purpose of it, it works. If you don't, well, it's not exactly for everyone. Okay. Got MJV14. Will the 151 Spring Break Slush Slasher 2023 overlap too much with my 157 Stollyfish? I loved my 2020 Slasher and it was fun to ride, but I felt it needed more camber and power, which is now on the 2023. So you got to understand it's narrower. That board rides completely different. It's fairly close to your Stollyfish, but with the 57 to the 51, you've got just such a big difference. If anything, the Stale or Stalefish it'll float better and it'll be a little bit wider. So you're going to realize that it rides a little bit different. Also, I know we got some more people tuning in right now. So if you got snowboard questions, you're just getting in, put them in the chat box. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. You get a chance to win a mid-layer Air Blaster puffer. So yeah, there you go. Okay, we got Decker E. with the super chat saying hello. What's up, dude? Here's a spin. Drink that Zima. Drink that Zima. So, yeah. All right, we got a question from Ted G. Hey, Angry, I work part-time at a running sneaker store. I get the what's the best running sneaker question all the time. Thanks for my new answer. The one that fits your foot and fits your needs. It's always the answer. Oh, my God, I had someone bitching and moaning. They're like, I bought a pair of Solomon boots with BOA, and they blew up after 15 days. One, it sounds like you don't know how to lace a boot. Two, probably wasn't the boot that fits your foot or fits your needs. Three, maybe BOA just isn't for you. So, yeah. All right. We got another question here from Super Motards. Have you ridden the GNU 4x4? Yes. I rode it on a demo day and rode like a wet noodle, which I thought was funky considering it's supposed to be stiffer than the headspace. Maybe just a prototype fault? It could be. That sounds like it has the wrong core in it because the one I rode, while not the stiffest thing, it's stiffer than a headspace. I wrote it in a 159. I actually just finished editing the review of that yesterday. So that's uploaded. I'll get that scheduled here. But that board rides like an all mountain board, at least the one I did. So my guess is you might have gotten a different core. That happens because I remember one year I got, the GNU Metal GNU. They put a T-Rice Apex core or HP core in it by accident. Couldn't flex that thing for shit, but I did a full loop heel side carve on it. Ugly as hell, but I still managed to make the full loop around on the heel. So yeah. Okay. Oh, we got our boy Dweezy in here. How old does a board need to be for the title of vintage? Seeing Kooks calling a Libtech Skate Banana from 2014 vintage, and it makes me crave lobotomy via soup spoon. Oh man, it's only 2014. That's only 8 years. That's not vintage. Vintage, I consider anything. So I consider it old after 10, but when we're hitting 20 years, that's when it starts to hit vintage. Like when there was a video part that multiple people filmed with it, then yes. There you go. Okay, we got Johnny Crook. Have you ever used the Air Blaster goggles and have thoughts on them? Haven't used the goggles. They have a Carl Zeiss lens. They're an open mold. Some of them do. And it's an open mold, cheapy goggle. But, I mean, they try to keep the price reflective of that in the $40 to $80 range, I think, like that. So it makes sense. The big thing is if you pick up a pair, squeeze them from the side, look through and see how much distortion it has. If it has a lot of distortion, it probably doesn't have the Carl Zeiss lens, which it should also say Carl Zeiss down in the corner of the lens. But if it has minimal distortion, it's probably pretty solid for you. All right. Okay, Charles, how is the Nerd Superposition compared to the Arbor Crosscut Camber or the Jones Stress? I haven't ridden the Arbor Crosscut Camber. I need to email Dave over there and see if they'll send me some stuff this fall. That's one I need to. Compared to the Stratus, while the shaping is similar, the camber profile and the flex are completely different. The Superposition's stiffer and snappier. It's not as damp as the Jones Stratus, but in my opinion, it carves way better. Even though you don't have that serrated edge, the magnet traction on that to grip on ice, it rips an edge. Plus, you've got that urethane sidewall, which just dampens a little bit better on edge. But the overall ride isn't as damp underfoot. It's a little bit more lively. Yeah. Okay. All right, we got Johnny Dismundo. Is my Omatic Extra Texter vintage? It's a collector's item at this point and a relic of the past, but not vintage just yet. All right. DJ Happy Bird 13. Should I do Kevin's Snowboard Pro Camp in Whistler this summer? Yeah, if you need a laugh, I'd go do it. I mean, people that probably go to it are better than he is. So, yeah. Okay, we got Ricky F. Signal Womp Eater. Yeah, I wrote it. There's a review of it. It's actually up. I think the Womp Eater review is up already. So if you go to the Signal Snowboard playlist, it's in there, or the snowboard reviews playlist, it's in there. But I'm pretty sure I put the Womp Eater up already. Wasn't overly impressed with that board. It's just kind of whatever, but you do get a spin. So, yeah. All right. Ooh. Well, got the first win of the night. Ricky, you won yourself a small sticker pack. Email me info@angrysnowboarder.com and make sure you give me your mailing address and I'll drop that sticker pack in the mail. There's a bunch of stickers going out either later tonight when I go get a Euro or tomorrow morning. So, Super Motards. Any off-the-cuff guess for the most hyped boards for next season? I'm not going to spoil it, but the top 5 most hyped boards could drop this week. I could drop that top 5 if I wanted to, or I could drop the most underhyped boards, or I could just do the top 5 best worst reviews of Stowe Mountain if I film it. But yeah. So, okay. This is a good question from Ted G. What's the lifetime on a helmet, assuming no major impact? 2 years, 2 seasons. Every 2 seasons, you want to swap that out. Just the plastic dries out, it gets brittle. So for every 2 seasons, I always just swap it out for like $150. It's a good insurance policy to save your brain. I mean, I've had 23 concussions. I have 2 holes in the back of my head, and I got a dent in my prefrontal cortex. So protect your brains, people. Like, I got my first concussion when I was about 3 years old, and I have subsequently got 22 more since then. So, yeah. Tom, thoughts on the Battalion Goliath for this year? Goliath really hasn't changed other than they moved factories with it, which I need to ride it, I think, at this point. But it really hasn't changed since the last time. But they did add a Goliath Plus, so I have a review of that coming out. Here's a good one from Malin Roberts. Why the Ryan Napton dislike? 1, his voice fucking sounds like nails on a chalkboard. 2, why do we need people doing gymnastics routines on snowboards? He gives bad fucking advice. Everyone needs to have a 45-centimeter waist on your snowboard or you're going to boot out. No, most of the people that are booting out, they're falling over because they don't have the lower and core muscle memory to maintain a carve. So they hit a point and they try to keep going and they just go bloop and they fall over. They're not carving anymore. They've literally fucking fallen over. He gives shitty ass advice. He pushes a shitty ass board. Donics are ass. They're crap. You overpaid piles of shit. One thing I do like is that Donic runs ads on YouTube and they run on this channel and I make money shit talking them. But yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you want to go watch someone do a fucking gymnastics routine on snow, good job. Go for it. There you go. I don't give a fuck, dude. But he gives shitty ass bad advice. Horrible, horrible fucking advice. If someone has a size 8 foot, they don't need a board that's this fucking wide to carve on. But according to him, they do. No. If anything, they probably just need a heel wedge in their boot so it elevates them so that they can actually crank their toe pressure a little bit more. That's it. So, yeah, dude, guy just does fucking gymnastics routines. It's fucking lame as shit. Let's see. What else? This is a good one. Justin Martinez is bringing this up. The alley-oop double McTwist Lucas Foster did was sick up at Mount Hood. If you follow me on Instagram, I put it in my story. Like, that was fucking heavy, dude. Like, that was some serious style. I don't even know who Lucas Foster is, but holy shit, that was amazing. So I had to repost that. Oh, God, I'm not answering that question. Oh, God. All right. Anyways, let's see. Oh, here's a good one from Silas Klug. Top 3 frozen car meal staples while driving cross country in the winter powder chasing. I'll tell you what you don't want to do is get sushi at a gas station in Utah at 2 a.m. when you're on your way to Las Vegas. That's awful. It's horrible. I was with a rep and he did that. And the whole time I'm going, you sure you want to do that? And he's like, this will be fine. And I was like, you're buying sushi at a gas station at 2 a.m. in Utah. I don't think they're exactly flying it in every day out here. We're the only gas station for like 200 miles. It's friggin' ridiculous. Super, super funny. So, yeah. Okay. Jimmy McElroy, what's your favorite nitro board? I love Big Pink, the Cannon Quiver. Oh my god, I love that giant ass swallowtail. It's such a novelty to ride, but it's softer than everyone thinks it is, and it's more versatile. It's just hilarious to ride something that's like a 187 or a 203. Not everyone will ride something that big, and it's even funnier when you get it into tight scenarios like riding trees or something, and you're like, well, I got to go do this. That board is by far my favorite nitro. Not everyone needs to own it. It's a board that, yes, I've reviewed it twice. The people watching it don't even need to buy it, but I think everyone should try to ride it at least once if it's at a demo or something. It's just super funny to get on that. Okay. All right. Anders Bowden, what's your best dad advice? Don't have kids. They suck the life out of everything. I don't have them. It's fucking great. I spend money on stupid shit all the time. I bought a synthesizer this week. Thank you, Prime Days. Actually, I bought it last week, but it arrives this week. Synthesizer. I'm so excited to play with that. But yeah, dad advice. Don't have kids. Just don't. If you want to snowboard, just don't have kids. Okay. All right. Dweezy, will there be a survival guide at Mount Hood summer riding? I didn't go, so no. Okay. Ben C with the PSA. Stay away from gas station sushi and egg salad. Depends. I've had some pretty good egg salad here in Colorado, but that's on the I-70 corridor, and that's between here and Denver. That shit is fresh. If I was out towards Grand Junction, I'd start to really question it. So, yeah. Okay, Bruce Taylor. I know you ride the Endeavor Archetype. I love mine as well. Just wondering what I should expect when riding the Weston Japao. It rides wider, so it's a little different on the edge-to-edge transmission. Personally, I think it actually floats better in lower angle POW than the Archetype. It's just with that width, it floats better. It porpoises better. It's also a little bit more stiff from the front binding back through the tail. All right. We got Beziums with the super chat. What do you think of Fridge? The backpack thing, I don't understand. I assume he's got a butt plug in there. I'm also waiting for him to just blow his knees out. Like, his style just makes me fucking cringe because it's so hideous and ugly. Smash that like button, people. Okay, let's see. Ted G, is there a minimum snowboard waist width I should be looking for with a size 10 boot? 25.5 is pretty good, but here's the thing. Like, everyone concentrates on the waist width, and it makes no sense because that's the dead center of the board, but yet we mount our feet further from the center. So really what you want to be doing is taking the tip and tail width, subtract the waist width, take that number, divide it by 2, take that number, add it back to the waist width, not accounting for side cut. Roughly, that's what your insert width is. That's way more important than your waist width. The whole waist width thing is actually a throwback to skiing because at the waist, that's where they're going to be mounting their bindings. They want to know, especially with their fucking death trap boots are sticking out over the side. So, yeah. All right. I know a few more of you have tuned in. So if you got questions, get them in the chat. I'm going to try to answer them. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. And we'll go from there. Okay. Okay. Mike Dunn, do you think the Supermatics will be tough to find at retail? Is the house pre-order guaranteed to ship? I don't think it's going to be an issue. And I saw a question up here about supply chain issues. Oh, I dropped my magnets. Oh, well. No, I don't think there's going to be too much issue with that this year with supply chain. Everyone was smart with how they ordered it. Like, most stuff is shipping or has started to ship to their warehouses now. Talking with a bunch of companies, they've got stuff. But I do know that companies are manufacturing less. So while the demand is high, they're manufacturing less. So the sell-through is better. That's why if you look at deals going on right now, like even the 4th of July sales on Evo and the house was only like 20% off. Normally that stuff's like 40% off. So if you do see something, buy it. But do I think they're guaranteed to ship? Yes. Do I think there might still be some delays? Yeah, there might still be some delays, but I wouldn't. It's not like what we experienced last winter. Okay. Fruit Poop Loops, mechanical engineering degree enough to get hired into a design team, or would I need more coursework in CAD and SolidWorks? SolidWorks. Almost everyone is using SolidWorks now for everything, so you really want to concentrate on that. Concentrate on CAD and all that, and that will really help you out. But having a good amount to go through with that. We're going to end the poll. We got 89 votes. 97% of you said you want another late night stream. So I guess Sunday night late nights, probably do one every other week for everyone. So yeah, let's go from there. Okay, where were we? We got Andrew Perry. Any girlfriends potentials this summer? Go ask your mom. She and I've been talking. I'm your daddy. Okay, Johnny Crick. Speaking of Nitro, their boards seem to come in a little cheaper than other companies. Any idea why? Quality reflected in the price, or what's the deal? They have a deal with their factory Playmaker. They've had this deal for years. They're the official brand that comes out of there. It comes with better deals. It helps with, because it's in Taiwan, it helps with shooting the inventory wherever over there. That's why. Also, they're running like 3 seasons ahead for everything, pretty much. So, yeah. Okay. All right. We got Cyborg Santa. Winter season kicking off in Australia. What do you do when you run into a skier because they take up the whole mountain pizzaing down? You fucking spray them. And then if they're still in your way, you push them over. And if they try to hit you with a pole, you grab their pole and you keep riding and you drag them to the edge and then you fling them off. And it should look like that scene from Better Off Dead with the little paper boy on the ski bike saying he wants his $2 and then he goes off the edge because him and Lane Meyer were fighting. That's what it needs to look like. And then we have one less skier on the hill, and that's one less person in the lift line, which means we get to the top quicker and it's less crowded and the snow's better. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. All right. Okay. Coleman Young. Feel in love with carving on my 22 Mercury this last season. Made me kind of want a dedicated carvy. Boy, what would be a good choice that doesn't overlap with the Mercury too much? Nerd Superposition. I would look at a Karua Pencil or Pencil Plus. Kind of depends on how much you want to spend on there, but probably Pencil Plus. To an extent, sticking with Karuas as well. Well, let's get out of Karuas. Let's go over to like a Jones Stormwolf. Let's see. Telos DST would be another one. And I would maybe look at either a Battalion Carver or a Cruiser. So you got multiple options with that as well. All right. Let's see. Matthew Everly, any reputable outerwear brands with outerwear just slightly on the baggier side you can recommend? Thanks. DC tends and Quicksilver tend to run a little bit baggier in that. That's just something that I've noticed over the years. What you need to do is go on any company's website and look at the size runs and check the chest to shoulder sizing and then measure yours and see, and maybe you have to upsize just a little bit in anything. I mean, I've been riding L1 outerwear now for 16 years. That's pretty much all I buy. I do know that Air Blaster uses a little bit of a boxier cut. It's not super baggy, but it is a little bit boxier, so you could also check them out. Oh, this is a good one from Hunter 1138T. Is there a way you like to get the stink out of boots? Yeah, fire. Fire cures everything. No, so go get some of those oven bags for cooking a turkey in, like the big ones. And what you do is you take them and you throw your liners. So pull the liners out of the boot, throw the liners in there. Make sure they're dry when you put them in. You don't want to put them in wet, but throw them in there. Throw a little baking soda in there if you have to. Twist it, so like the air's out of it. Put a rubber band over it. Throw it in your freezer and leave it in there for 24 hours. I say 48 because it's the off season. Pull them out, let them defrost, and then give them a whiff. I guarantee it. The other thing is to check your shells. If you have a shitty inferior boot, there's probably some kind of cardboard somewhere in that boot. It got wet, it got musty. That's what's doing it. So when you have the liner out of the boot, spray them down with some Febreze, put them out in the sun to dry, sprinkle some baking soda in there as well, just to like let them absorb any moisture. Maybe put them in a trash bag and just let them, kind of ferment for a little bit and suck stuff out. But there's some ideas there for you to be able to use. So yeah. Hey, David, it's normal to have a smaller boot than shoe, but the insole in my snowboard boot doesn't fit in my skate shoes. Way too small. Size 7 boot versus 8.5 shoe. Can you mess up your foot with too small a boot? Yeah, because your toes are going to be like this, and then you're creating problems. It can also be pinching it on the side. You can create bunions. You can create a numerous amount of issues if your boot is too small. You can damage the nerves in there, damage the muscles and everything. Andy Snyder rode a few Cardiff boards on a late season demo day this season. Loved the bonsai setup. Any thoughts on their boards, hold up, tech, etc.? They just don't know how to sell their boards as best they can. Boards are made at GP87, utilizing a lot of great technology in it. And I know some of the people that worked on the designs and stuff like that. They're great. I just, they're backed by Black Diamond. So they have deep pockets. Just overall, it's one of those things where I don't really care to ever ride one. I mean, if they sent one, I probably would. But every time I've reached out or talked to anyone, it's just been a pain in my ass. So I just don't care anymore. All right. Let's see. Looking for a question. Okay. Malin Roberts, ever used flex bindings? Yeah. They that bad for shock absorption? Yeah. There's no shock absorption in the base plate of those bindings. You feel everything with it. So, yeah. So, that. Okay. Anyways. Let's see. I feel like, okay. Dweezy, explain the mental gymnastics of NIMBYs being against workforce housing in Summit due to concerns on longhorn sheep. I didn't even know that was a thing. So there's a whole thing with building houses in Summit County. Like for every new building, there has to be some kind of long-term rental, or you have to pay money towards the workforce housing or something like that. So there's a bunch of different things that are going on with it. So the bighorn sheep is the latest bullshit thing. They're like, this is going to affect that. It's like elk migration is why they closed the resort. There's no fucking elk migration. I can tell you that. What's going on though, what I've realized is most people that own houses in Summit County or any resort area, it's their second home, but they probably claim it as their primary, but they pay lesser taxes than where they're from. We actually have a really low tax rate on housing. So what's going on, and this is something that my uncle actually told me about as a real estate lawyer. In the 90s, he went to some kind of meeting, talk, whatever. And basically, it was for resort owners, managers, and whatnot. And they said the best thing you can do is buy up as much property for the houses surrounding your resort area and eliminate it or take it out of the local area, push the locals further out. The further you push the locals out, the less there are to vote against you or deny anything you want. So by pushing them further out, you can get away with things. So there's like a whole big thing with the workforce housing here in Summit and how people are doing things and whatnot. Although this week I was looking for houses for me because I'm trying to buy. I did notice something absolutely hilarious. There's a 1-bedroom down the street from me that's for sale for $400,000. It sold on end of April this year for $610,000. In 3 months, it has dropped $210,000, and I'm starting to see people liquidating their houses. So I don't think this workforce housing thing will be a total issue, but it's just a whole bunch of people that came in with money and over leveraged themselves, and now they're worried that the locals are treating them like shit and whatnot, and they don't like it. So they're trying to push them further out so that they can't vote against anything that they're trying to do. Well, fuck them. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Ted G, dumb question, but where do I go to subscribe to Angry Snowboarder VIP? AngrySnowboarder.vip in your browser tab. Hit enter, boom. It'll pull up on Patreon. There you go. So that's all you need to know. Okay, Hawks fan. Thoughts on Icon limiting days on the Unlimited Pass? They've been doing that for years. Some resorts have limited days. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They are limiting certain other resorts because the backlash and whatnot, and just because their agreements were changing. It's not a big deal because you still get good value. Like for me personally, I buy the Icon Pass. Why? Unlimited Copper, Unlimited Steamboat, Unlimited Winter Park, blah, and Unlimited Eldora. I get days down at Aspen, and I've got 5 days at A Basin if I absolutely need it, even though I buy an A Basin pass. It's fine. I get limited days at Jackson Hole. I get some days out in Utah, whatnot like that. It makes sense. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. We got a question from Caden Martz. What do you think of the new Jones Mind Expander based on the specs? Do you think it will ride similar to a Rome Ravine? No, it's snappier than the Rome Ravine. It's close. They fit in the same category, but it's a little bit more snappy. I'm actually starting to edit the Jones reviews right now, and the Mind Expander is literally the first one I have to do. I was hoping to get to it this afternoon, but it just didn't happen. So, yeah, so, okay. Let's see what we got here. Anyways, yeah. So if you got questions, get them in the chat wherever it's appearing. I'm going to try to answer them. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. We ran the poll. 97% out of 89 people want to have more angry late nights. So we'll play around and see that. Fruit Poop Loops, no more SoundCloud. No, got rid of it. Wasn't bringing enough. I looked at the time versus the return on the investment into it, and it wasn't panning out. So I canned that. So yeah. That's where we're at on that. FedoCon, have you ever heard of Lobster Snowboards? No, never. Yeah, I've heard of them. It's Battalion's other brand run by, marketed through Haldor and Akey. Are they any good? It's a Battalion. If you look at them spec for spec, they're basically Battalions with different carbon arrays in them. That's about it. So yeah. Okay. Hey, David. So to follow up on the boot question, what would performance fit be? My boots are tight and toes a little squished at first, but then it fits like a tight glove after a few weeks. Is that good? No, that's how you want it to fit. Performance fit is after a couple weeks, it's still like this. Like that's what my boots look like. So yeah. Okay. Anthony Hawken, the mistake was not putting your rap on SoundCloud. What can I say? The Island Boys stole all my lyrics. And look at them now. So, yeah. What do we got? Beware of frostbite. Frostbite is a very serious problem. All right, we got Hunter 1138T. Currently ride a Rome Warden with the Nitro Rambler bindings. Just added a K2 Alchemist with bindings. What binding should I be on the lookout to pick up for it during the off season? Okay, so you'd be looking at, if you did K2 on K2, you'd be looking at the formulas. Burton Cartel X is always a good option on there. The ride C or A, depending on how rigid you want. More rigid, you go with the A. More playful, you go with the C, but go for the 8, the 9, or the 10. Basically, the higher the number, the stiffer it's going to be. In there as well. If you're looking at Union, you'd be looking at probably an Atlas Pro, but you're not going to find those on discount. I already know that for a fact. You could also check out the Nidecker K-On X. All right. Evergreen Prospectors. Only 3.5 months and it should be snowing. Less than 100 days till opening day at A Basin. Remember, let that sink in. I mean, we're probably about 60, 65 days away from them testing snowmaking in Colorado. Okay, Herbert Marmonton. What are some must-see old-school snowboard movies to watch? I saw a crazy one with ninja skiers chasing a snowboarder. That sounds like a James Bond movie. You should look up. So here's what I would do. Look up Mac Dog snowboard movies on YouTube. He's been uploading all the videos up on there, so that's good. Any of the TB series. I would also look up iSend 7 here on YouTube because their whole catalog is on here as well, and you'll be able to check out all of them. Okay, we got Hawks Fan. Any difference between the 2021, 2022 EJAC and the 22-23 graphic? Nothing else changed. Oh, and I owe Herbert a spin. All right. Yeah. So it says the connection might be a little unstable. Not sure if it is, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully we can still get that. I hope that's working out for everyone. The internet's been super wonky up here. Same thing with cell service and stuff for the last week. Let's see. Ted G, is a stone grind the same thing as getting structure in the base? Basically, as long as they know what they're doing, we're good. Okay. All right. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yes. Johnny Kruick coming in with the killer Ice Spiders recommendation. That is a sci-fi Asylum Pictures original. That is a great movie. It's fucking awful and awfully good. Plus, you get Stephen J. Cannell as an actor. The dude that created the A-Team is an actor in it. So, yeah. All right. BZMs, are they making any changes to the Jones 2023 Mountain Twin? No. Remember to subscribe, people. Remember to subscribe. So, right. Justin Martinez, as someone who liked riding the old Burton on ink boards, how does the current Freethinker compare? It's not the same. The waist widths are different in there and the flex patterns plus the materials. It doesn't ride the same. If you liked the old Burton on ink boards, you would probably like the Yes DCP, or not DCP, the RDM, the Roman basic unink. That would probably feel the closest out of any deck out there. So yeah, that would be what I would look at. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would look at the Yes RGM on ink. I think that would be a real solid one for you. So yeah, let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, get your questions in, guys. I'm going to try to answer a few more here. Only going to probably stay on for like another 10 minutes, if that. So do that. Let's see. Anything else crazy going on? I can't really think of too much else that's going on out there. But yeah, Thursday we'll also be back with another live stream. So we'll try to do that for everyone. Let's see. Oh, here's one from Derek T. If money, time, and COVID wasn't an issue, would you travel to the Southern Hemisphere so you can board all year round? Probably not, dude. I fucked my Achilles tendon up on my left foot near the closing of the season, so it's been recovering. It's getting to the point I can finally walk barefoot without issues. I've been having to walk around with basically like a heel wedge in my shoe to keep the pressure off of it. So it's finally feeling pretty good. Joke on, is Amazon rub-on snowboard wax going to damage my board if that's the only wax I've been? No, because it's rub-on wax. It's literally gone after 2 laps. You're fine. It's not doing shit. Tyler Kim, how much over a weight range is too much? Probably 50 pounds. 50 pounds is when you really start to see the big difference. But like 20, 25, you really don't notice. It's a little softer, but it's not much unless you're on like some jib stick noodle. Then they start to have some serious issues. Dr. King Candy, what is it like to ride an asymmetrical snowboard? It's like cotton candy inside of a warm tent while an elephant pisses right in front of you and a clown smacks someone in the crowd with a pie. It's like riding a fucking snowboard just with a deeper heel side cut so you can lay the edge over it. It actually corrects for our body's natural anatomy. That's all it is. So if you have a problem with heel side turns because you're apexing it, you're G-forcing it out, go to an asymmetrical board, because when you lay it over, you're going to be able to lay it over a little bit further because it's got that deeper heel side. So it's actually correcting for our body's natural anatomy as we ride sideways down the hill. Okay, Rant and Raven, can 3D shaped boards get base grounds? Local shop refused to structure the base on my Mountain Twin. Apparently leaves an ugly bevel between the 3D shape and the base. Sounds like they don't understand. Like the Mountain Twin, that, see that? That's probably about how much difference there is between the center of the board and the edge. Like that's how much it bevels. That's how much the scoop is. Sounds like they don't know how to address the tension on their belt to do it. No, you can stone grind a Mountain Twin, no problem. That 3D shape is next to fucking nothing. It's almost completely flat. Like if they don't know how to adjust the tension on that, they're fucking idiots. Like I can put structure into a battalion board. I can put structure into like the Marhar Lumberjack. You know what I can't put structure into? That weird Burton one with the super deep cuts. Was that the Powder Days or whatever the fuck it is? Deep Days? I can't remember. Something like that. That thing, fucking aggressive. A Gilson, you ain't fucking making the edge flat. That's for sure. No. Sounds like they don't know their ass from a fucking hole in the ground. So yeah. Jimmy McElroy. What skills do you need in order to be classified as a low-level intermediate rider? Bow staff skills. You got to know how to defend yourself on the hill. Streets are tough out there, man. It's tough. You got to know how to defend it. Defend yourself. Basically, can you turn? Can you get on edge? Can you link your turns? Are you comfortable hitting a side hit? Do you know how to start and stop and not kill someone? Can you spray a skier? That's a key skill set on there. Basically, you should be competent enough that you know you can make it down anything, but you should also be competent enough that you know certain terrain, it's going to be a lot harder and you're just going to take more time and you're not going to go fucking Leroy Jenkins right down into the mogul field of death, straight lining it, you know? So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Pierre Irving. I looked into it, and the DC boards are still made at the mothership. So they are So are they a capita with different? No, they're completely different. They have their own molds, their own camber profiles, and everything. That's it. They're completely different. Joe Gunn, do you like the LibTech Orc graphics from 2021 or 2022 better? I don't give a fuck about graphics. My board looked like a fucking giant pink vibrator this year. Literally. It was a big black and pink dildo. That's what it looked like. I got sick of the fucking graphic on it because it was the Mike Rankwit Pro, because it was the throwback to the Craig Kelly Mystery Hours. Got sick of old guys grabbing it off the rack and dropping it on its edge and shit because they fucking clearly don't know how to put things back in a rack. So I said, fuck it. And then I also got sick of people trying to talk to me. So I basically took black vinyl and then pink for the tail. And because of the shape of that board, It literally looked like a fucking vibrator. I don't give a fuck. Thing could have fucking rainbows and unicorns across the goddamn thing. Graphics are fucking pointless. Like, unless you're buying it for wall art, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Your bindings cover it up, and then it's covered in snow, and then you put your bullshit fucking stickers on it. And I see you people with your bullshit sticker jobs. You're the type of people I don't let on the chairlift with me. Oh, look at me. I write union bindings. Let's fucking slap fucking Burton stickers all over my skate banana. You fucks. All right. I don't know. Okay. Okay, Jacob Iverson. In your asymmetrical snowboard top 5, you mentioned the Tellus Chillum is an asim, but I had no idea. If I ride superior foot, which way is the right way? I can't find anything about it online. It's a twin tip. Doesn't matter. Right foot, left foot. It doesn't matter. It's a true twin. Sterling Reed coming in with the super chat, looking for a spin to win. Who's going to stay? Ooh. Ouch. Lose a turn. Okay. We got super chat from our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine. Just registered for Blaze Boot Camp 2023 Session 1. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Blaze Boot Camp. That actually looks fun for all you older guys. David did go last year. I didn't. I'm thinking about going. Thinking. We'll see. Oof, David, you lose. You lose. Fruit Poop Loops. Any snowboard companies located on the East Coast besides Burton, or would I have to move to the West for work? Rome. Rome's located in Vermont as well. Okay. Okay. All right, we got the dude with the super chat. Dude, checking in, just sending stoke for the upcoming season your way. Also, one of my main riding buds who does honestly shred just bought a custom Donic for carving specific practices. What dirt? Yeah, he's a fucking nerd. Fucking turd burglar. He got suckered. Fucking pick. Bought a custom, paid $1,000 for a board with fucking inferior fiberglass and base material. What a turd burglar. No one, this is hilarious. It literally landed on no one cares that you ride a Donic. That is fucking amazing. Like, that couldn't have landed on a better super chat. We've won. We've hit the apex of angry late night tonight, people. This is it. It's all downhill from here. So. Hunter 1130 AT. When's the outerwear breakdown coming out? I got 6 more pairs I've got to cut through. I still have to film the water test, which that's going to take a couple hours to set everything up and time lapse everything. It's an end of the month video, maybe early next month, but it's getting filmed. Like, it's taking longer than I thought, and there's other stuff that I need to do. So yeah. Carson Evans, you ride many resorts in Utah much? No, I live in Colorado. I live in Summit County. I mean, I've got 7 resorts around me in like a 20-minute ride. I'm good. No. When I do go to Utah, I typically go to Brighton, Solitude, Pow Mau. Preference is always Pow Mau and Brighton. Those are my 2 favorites. Solitude's pretty cool. I'll go up and ride Park City Canyons if I can cop a free ticket from one of my friends. But other than that, I fucking hate that place. Vail ruined those resorts. Yeah, that's kind of what I do when I go to Utah. It's not really my thing. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Hawks fan, can you run over the little kid sitting in the middle of the run and keep on going? Hell yeah, you can. When you are moving up in skill level, one of my favorite things I ever did This is when I was still learning. I was at Holiday Valley, New York, so I was probably like 16, 17 at the time. Some dumbass, he just kept getting in the fucking way on this run that we were on. But he was sitting with his back uphill and it was perfectly like bent like this. So I came down, put all my weight on my tail, basically pre-ollied and rode up his back as a pole jam and just pole jammed right off of him and kept going. And I was riding with Marcus, my little brother, and he's like, dude, that guy didn't even bat an eye. Like you kept the pressure just right that it didn't plow him over, but you pole jammed him. And I was like, yeah, I figured that. Like, didn't see him sitting in the way the rest of the day, but yeah, you can totally pole jam off people if you know what you're doing, or you can just impale them. It's either way you want. So yeah. All right. Anyways, been here for about an hour. I think that we're gonna call it, but it looks like maybe in 2 weeks we'll do another Angry Late Night. Seems to be a good thing. People seem to be enjoying that one. So remember, Thursdays we do the live stream from 3 to 5 p.m. Kind of just works a little bit better with people's stuff. Don't forget, we got the Black Friday live streamathon event coming back up. This will be the fourth one, second annual fundraiser for the Shred Foundation. So we've got that going on. Yeah. Okay. I guess evidently it's the fourth Black Friday live streamathon. So we got that coming up. Got some giveaways that we're going to be doing coming up as well for various things. I've got the destruction of pants video that's coming. I've got some DIY videos on how to tune some stuff, fix some stuff that you guys will enjoy. Also, starting September, review a day probably until the end of the year. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's kind of everything for the night, guys. I'm gonna go get myself a Euro, watch some Night Court, because Freevee, which formerly was IMDb TV, has every season of Night Court in the 4:3 ratio, which is even better. You can watch it like it's the 1980s. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch some more season 1 of Night Court. Selma Diamond, goddamn gem, love her. So you guys have a good one. Remember, if you're new here, subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for you. And, if you want to support us, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. There's a link down in the description. You can go watch the video and figure it out. I'm going to redo the video on that anyways. But yeah, hopefully this helped a few people. And I'll see you guys in another video.